Good afternoon, I'm Kevin with Adhesive R&D. Today we're going to discuss the 3 Mil-Specs in the ASTM D53 specification on anaerobic adhesives. Back in the 60s, the government wrote 3 specifications, actually 2 in the 60s and the last one came later, on anaerobic adhesives. These were designed to qualify the adhesives so that they could be used by our government in tanks, airplanes, and all the other things the Department of Defense buys through the GSA contract. The Mil-Specs, the first one from 1968, lays out the basic performance of a variety of adhesives, rating them on strength, viscosity, and using color to determine the difference in the different products. After that, another specification was written on the retaining compounds, and then a follow-up was written again on thread lockers, and these were the modern versions of the thread lockers, whereas the letter grades only called out the viscosity and a basic breakaway strength. The follow-up specification was much more comprehensive and actually called out a prevailing breakaway on these materials as well. What these materials actually are is plastics. So if you have this is, for example, is polyethylene glycol 200 dimethacrylate. Most of them are methacrylates or acrylates, and they have an unsaturation on them when they're in a liquid form, and all that means is that the product wants to combine with another molecule and cross-link. When that happens, the material polymerizes and turns into this hard plastic. Now, we can put things in here to make the plastic softer and reduce the strength of the product. They're typically placed in the inner space between a cap screw and a nut. The nuts ran onto it, and the word anaerobic actually means to excel without oxygen. So when you run this nut over the material in the thread path, you create an anaerobic environment and you cause the material to polymerize. From the 60s and on, and we still have items in our arsenal that have the old specification on. Well, what we've done at ASTM, and I'm on the D14 Committee, which controls the specification on anaerobic adhesives since 1998, we took the 3 original Mil-Specs because there were still products out in the marketplace that use these that had to come back in to be serviced occasionally, and we combined all the data and brought it into the ASTM as the D5363. This specification not only tells you what the adhesives will look like, the viscosity, the cure strength, all those types of things. It also gives you the procedure to evaluate other materials and look at them so you can make better decisions on what you're using to hold your parts together. Once again, I'm Kevin with Adhesive R&D, and thank you for watching.